Hi, Liz. Yes.
I just wondered if this is the right time. How do you feel about what's going on now with the Black Arts movement, with Black Lives Matter, and how similar does it feel? If it feels similar at all?
It does.
To the past,
It brings back a lot of it. It certainly brings back memories, and there are aspects of it that were influenced by what we were doing in the '60s. But they've taken what we've done, and I think they've moved beyond.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I do. I think the young people today, they catch a lot of flack. Which is not unusual, because when you're young and you're energetic, you're supposed to catch a lot of flack. We did. We were criticized greatly by our elders at that time in '65 and '66. But what they have succeeded in doing with Black Lives Matter is they've connected it to a much broader human rights movement. In a way that back in the '60s with the Black Arts movement and Black Power, that we did not. Because we were beginning something and we were concentrating on what was going on internal to the community. Black Lives Matter is both internal and external, and it is connected to the inclusion-exclusion conversation that's going on nationally. And because of that, and because of the way that they're trying to change the perspective of how people see the social paradigm in the country, they've moved the ball beyond where we were 40, 50 years ago.
Well,
Sort of catch up my breath when I started. I get a little astonished at that, but I'm extremely, proud of those kids. When, for instance, in 1968, when the left confronted the political candidates of that time, the tactic that was used exploded into the Day of Rage, which morphed into police repression and went even further. I believe it cost Hubert Humphrey his a chance at the presidency, and that changed the course of history. It gave the country Richard Nixon, and it literally changed the course of history. These kids confronted Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, managed to sit down, negotiate with them, and then have their issues brought into that political platform for both candidates, and literally turned the election on its head. Now both of those candidates are fighting for the vote that they need in order to become president, and they have to negotiate inside the community. We did not succeed in doing that, and that was a political objective that at one time I think we thought that we wanted. Then there was the feeling that, well, no, we don't want that, because that's like being part of the system, and we wanted to overturn the system. So they've taken some what lessons work, that we did that worked. They've taken some lessons that that they've come upon themselves, and they learned another lesson that I think was really important. One of the plays I wrote, Black Terror, addresses it. When we were talking about revolution, we were talking about the Oriente Mountains, the Long March, trying to, and whatever it was that we thought we learned from watching the Battle of Algiers.
Yeah.
So we were applying lessons from external Black Lives Matter bases their political objectives on what they understand this society being about, and what the paradigms of this society are about. They sort of rejiggered the political narrative to fit what their needs are, and that's something else that I admire about them and like about them. They're constructing their own American revolution as opposed to trying to graft on models from overseas.
They have cameras.
They have cameras. They have an understanding of technology.
Yeah.
Yes, you know that we didn't necessarily have then. I think the technology is superior. Certainly, film cameras and winding stuff up, and gotta have the lights, man. You gotta have all this stuff, as opposed to a video camera that automatically adjusts the light and captures images instantly. You can edit in the camera and all those types of things. It's a different world, and I think they use it very well. I like the link ups. Like I said, Black Lives Matter is part of a larger human rights push. When we were coming along, Black Power was here. The New Left was here, and other movements were over here, and the Black Panther Party was here, and the Marxist-Leninists were here. And there was no...
Progressive labor was in
Right.
Yeah, labor was over here, that's right. And the women's movement was over there, and nobody was really talking. And what's happening now is I'm starting to see with this particular generation these connections, and it's interesting to me. So I do like it, and I'm glad that I haven't settled into some kind of post-middle age comfort zone where all those young people and everything. I still find myself pushing. I almost said tilting at windmills. pushing the envelope, still wanting to push the envelope further out.